who never heard she couldn't do something. Watch out, world, 'cause here she comes, and she's bound to teach you more than one thing. Pippi Longstocking is coming into your town. The one no one can keep down. No, 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 no. The one who's fun to be around. Whoa, whoa. Pippi Longstocking is coming into your world. A freckle-faced, red-haired girl you wanna know. She'll throw your life into a whirl. She dreams dreams like me and you. And yes, it seems she always makes her dreams come true. She loves trees and roaring seas, and the mountains please her more than toys do. Pippi Longstocking is coming into your town. The one no one can keep down. No, 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 no. The one who's fun to be around. Whoa, whoa. Pippi Longstocking is coming into your world. A freckle-faced, red-haired girl you ought to know. She'll throw your life into a whirl. Pippi Longstocking is coming into your town. The one no one can keep down. No, 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 no. The one who's fun to be around. Longstocking is coming into your world. A freckle-faced, red-haired girl you ought to know. She'll throw your life into a whirl. Longstocking is coming into your town. The one no one can keep down. No, 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 no. The one who's fun to be around.
So I guess you know Pippi Longstocking by now. But before she came to live in town with her horse Alfonso and her monkey Mr. Nielsen, she lived on a big sailing ship with her father, Captain Ephraim, and a whole crew of friendly sailors. They were on their way to the beautiful Curry Islands when Pippi, on watch in the crow's nest, spotted a big, big wave. And before anyone could do anything, they were being tossed about in the biggest storm you ever did see. The last words she heard her father yell were, "Make for the Villa Vilcula! The Gulf Stream will take you there!" Pippi floated on a raft with Alfonso and Mr. Nielsen, who kept them alive by catching fish. When they got to the villa, they discovered it was a very old house that had been empty for years, with cobwebs and spiders everywhere, and perhaps even a ghost. Tommy and Annika, living next door, went to investigate. The only ghost they found was Pippi, moving around in her father's white nightshirt. They all had a good laugh. And then Pippi decided to give them a midnight feast. They made pancakes and tossed them around everywhere. The next day, Pippi and her two new friends scrubbed the place clean in a very different and funny way.
Shoes on and I never get the blues on Monday morning. Yeah, yeah. This starts to be a goner as I hit each dirty corner without warning. Yeah, yeah. Throwing soap suds everywhere. We're being careful, very careful to enjoy ourselves each step of the way. Scrubbing day is a holiday, and the game we play is as wild as it can get. Scrubbing day is my favorite day, 'cause on scrubbing day we make everything get wet. Greater the confusion, I have come to the conclusion things get cleaner. Oh yeah. White is white, red is red, blue is blue, and the green gets greener. Yeah, yeah. Throwing water everywhere, there is a feeling in the air that any minute we could all float away. Everybody, scrubbing day is a holiday, and the game we play is as wild as it can get. Scrubbing day is my favorite day, 'cause on scrubbing day we make everything get wet. Throwing water everywhere, there is a feeling in the air that any minute we could all float away. Everybody, scrubbing day is a holiday, and the game we play is as wild as it can get. Scrubbing day is my favorite day, 'cause on scrubbing day we make everything get wet.
Every day continued to be fun, like the day Pippi decided to give the kids from the children's home a special treat. She bought them oodles of candy and ice cream and musical instruments. Pippi loves bright things, so one day she decided to decorate the Villaville Cooler with flowers and Easter bunnies. Mr. Nielsen helped her paint them, so when she told him what a clever monkey he was, Alfonso was jealous and whinnied. What about me? So Pippi had to put her arm around his neck and tell him she loved him too. Another day, they all went swimming in a lake. Pippi dived in with all her clothes on, but Tommy and Annika left theirs on a bush. While they splashed about in the water, a cow came up and chewed up everything. "Our clothes," yelled Annika. "They're gone!" Trouble was looming on the horizon. Tommy and Annika's father, along with other adults in town, felt Pippi ought to go to school and have someone to tell her what time to go to bed like all other children. They might have to do something drastic.
There is not a challenge we can
Pippi has never run away from anything, but she can't let Tommy and Annika go off alone. And soon they find themselves in barrels floating down the rapids, being swept toward a huge waterfall. They're saved from being washed over the falls by Tommy and Annika's father, who drops a rope ladder from Jake's autogyro. Pippi's thoughts often turn to her mother. People think she's dead, but Pippi can see her through a hole in the clouds whenever she needs her advice. And the time comes when Pippi really does need her mother's advice. She has allowed herself to be put in the children's home. She cannot stand being asked stupid questions and bossed about. For once in her life, she's really in a sticky situation.
Maybe I'll disappear without a single solitary clue.
Pippi escapes from the children's home with the help of the glue man, who teaches her to walk on the ceiling and down the wall. But shortly thereafter, she discovers a fire has broken out at the children's home, and two of her very small friends are trapped in a third-story window, with the flames getting nearer and nearer. With Mr. Nielsen's help, Pippi makes a spectacular rescue. All the people of the town think she's brave and fantastic, so she's allowed to go back to her own home, the Villa Vilcula. It's Christmas time, and Pippi has a lovely tree with lots of presents for Mr. Nielsen and Alfonso. But she can't help thinking of her father, wondering if he's all right, and missing him terribly.
Maybe only 'cause the leaves have fallen, the trees all seem much colder now. In my mind I hear your voice is calling, come on, be happy somehow.
Deck the halls with lots of holly. Shine your lights for the world to see. Sing a carol, make it jolly. Trim a very merry Christmas tree.
Suddenly I hear the birds are singing, and me, my heart singing too. Every wish you ever gave me to hold, I now am sending to you.
Deck the halls with lots of holly. Shine your lights for the world to see. Sing a carol, make it jolly. Trim a very merry Christmas tree. Love's sweet season lasts forever. After the tinsel is history. Next year we may be together. Till then, trim a merry Christmas tree. Trim a very merry Christmas tree.
Suddenly, Pippi hears a voice.
Life is a breeze, we live it for fun. No apologies to anyone.
Would I ever let you spend Christmas without me, says her sea captain father, swinging her around. And he goes on to tell Pippi, Tommy, and Annika how he was washed ashore on the Curry Curry Islands and they made him king. Captain Ephraim tells Pippi he's taking her back to be princess of the Kuri Kuri Island, which makes her whoop with joy. But Tommy and Annika are sad. As the ship begins to sail away, Pippi decides she cannot bear to leave her friends. Her father, as always, is understanding. Sometimes, he says, it's better for a child to live an orderly life. Especially if that child can order it herself, yells Pippi happily. And as she swims ashore with her monkey and her horse, the crew sings.
And your mortgages, they're built up from the land like a prison is. Keep your cars don't drive out on the water. They may disguise every ball and chain till you can't recall freedom's sweet refrain. And when you hear it calling, it's just too far away.
Life is a breeze, we live it for fun. No apologies to anyone. We live on the seas, we do as we please. From stem to stern, each moment is now. Life without concern, from aft until bow. We live on the seas, we do as we please.
On sunny days I go diving for our treasury, or anything else that could pleasure me. And then sometimes I spend days not doing nothing. If I decide to go round the world just to kiss some sweet oriental girl, ain't got nobody stopping me. I lift the anchor and go. I run no one
As Pippi, Tommy, and Annika, not forgetting Mr. Nielsen, ride back on Alfonso toward the Villa Vilcula, they hear.
And if you ever need me, you know where to find me.
How wonderful to know you are loved with all those spectacular things to do when Pippi comes to town.
Freedom calls and Pippi runs. The girl who never heard she couldn't do something. Watch out, world, 'cause here she comes, and she's bound to teach you more than one thing.
Pippi Longstocking is coming into your town. The one no one can keep down. No, 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 no. The one who's fun to be around. Whoa, whoa. Pippi Longstocking is coming into your world. A freckle-faced, red-haired girl you wanna know. She'll throw your life into a whirl.
She dreams dreams like me and you. And yes, it seems she always makes her dreams come true. She loves trees